If you believe saying the right words will get her back, you're already defeated. She returns not for talk, but for the man you turn into quietly. This isn't a game. It's about psychology. It's about power. It's about turning into the man she remembers. If you grasp these steps, she will return. First, stop explaining and make yourself scarce. When a woman goes, most men quickly try to justify their actions. They desperately want closure. They need to be heard. Fundamentally, they hope to be wanted again. But they miss a key point. The more you justify yourself, the more you seem like a man who can't handle being alone. You plead your value rather than demonstrating it. When you plead your worth, it loses value immediately. Let's be clear, words won't get her back. Being always there doesn't spark her interest. You could craft the ideal message, share your feelings, and swear to be different. But if she isn't open to it, it fails. She only hears empty sound. The single thing that changes her mind is difference. She must experience the immediate quiet of your focus, your very being, your feelings. That quiet must break her assumptions. She expected you to follow. She expected you to talk, but you disappeared. Not from anger, but from strength. This is the common mistake. Men believe that remaining nearby, staying nice, and keeping their heart open proves they are strong. But to a woman who is left, it just shows she still controls you. So, stop making your heart an open book. Stop explaining yourself. Pull back in every manner that once gave her your focus. You don't need to ignore her angrily. You don't need to be mean. But you must disappear from her world of feelings. She will no longer sense you. And that missing presence, if done correctly, becomes unforgettable. She'll think about past times, not because you asked, but because you were gone. The man who isn't around becomes a puzzle, and that puzzle is what draws her back. Stick around until the end of this video to understand the powerful psychology behind these steps. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
Second, make an empty space so strong it rings out. Most men see distance as a foe. They believe if she is distancing herself, you must move closer, speak, act, eliminate the separation. But they never learn this. Women only notice the hole when you cease trying to mend it. This is the core of the empty space. When you pull back your very being and your drive, you build a vacuum in her heart. This space was once full of your time, your worry, your answers. When it vanishes, it reverberates through her life. The error is mistaking distance for inaction. Men fear, if I do nothing, I'll lose her completely. But real strength doesn't follow. It stays firm. It allows her to sense the change without your input. Do this now. Quit viewing her social media. Quit engaging with her posts. Ignore her small messages. Don't ask about her life or send hello texts. Fully leave every chat that involves feelings. This isn't to hurt her, it's to keep your own dignity. Women sense vibes more than reason. They return not for a sorry note, they return because your quiet makes them face a reality missing you. The man who always texts, watches, and waits is simple to dismiss. The man who leaves totally with peace and certainty is always remembered. Build that empty space. Let it grow. Let her notice the room you once occupied. As you stay quiet, let her be with the person she is without you. Soon, the sound of that distance will shout more than anything you could say. 3. Change into the man she doubted you were. Here's a difficult fact. Most women exit believing you'll collapse without them. They wait for you to fall apart, to pursue, to shatter. When you do this, you confirm she was right. But when you improve, when you get better without her, you destroy her idea of your value. If you want her back, stop trying to repair the connection. Work on the person you were in it. Ask, where did I get soft? Where did I quit on my own goals? Did I ignore my health, my purpose, my self-worth? Now, become the man she thought was impossible without her. The man who doesn't need approval. The man who works out hard, learns deeply, and lives with a goal. A man so dedicated to his path that even if she comes back, he might refuse. Here's the mind game. Women love improvement, most of all when it occurs after they leave. When she notices you becoming wiser, more steady, more forceful, without any anger, that difference causes confusion inside her. She begins to doubt her decision. She begins to look. She begins to feel sorry. But this fails if you are faking. You cannot lie about growth. You must grow past the want for her return. Changing into this man isn't for payback. It's for starting over. It's for remaking your mind, your aura, your core, until she doesn't set your value. When she sees this new you, it will be obvious. You won't need to say a word. You won't need to show anything, because she will see she didn't abandon the same man you are now. To fully grasp how these psychological strategies work together, watch the entire video. Please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing this content.
4. Let your calm speak louder than her worries. You don't need to shout to be understood. Sometimes quiet says the most. When most men see space, they worry, they talk, they clarify, they try to solve something that must be experienced. But the truth is, if your vibe is nervous, she notices. If you seem all over the place, she moves further away. You need calm. Calm isn't inaction. It's outside inaction while your inside gets sorted. Calm is a tool. It's holding your feelings back, which looks like you don't care. The crucial point, it's real. You aren't faking peace, you are learning to be still. A man who is still becomes hard to read. He becomes a mystery. In the mind, not knowing is more interesting than knowing. Women don't remember the man who always answers, they remember the one who stayed quiet. This is how you stay in her mind. Stop adding to the drama. Stop acting as she predicts. Stop letting her set your emotional speed. Calm means you don't follow, but you also don't despise. You don't answer and you don't stop moving. You act with poise, with strength, with a plan. She will test your calm. She might prod, send hints, or tempt you to reply. But the more you hold back, the more power you gain. In a world of emotional chaos, the peaceful man is different. He doesn't seek to command. He doesn't battle for approval. He simply exists. That calm becomes a feeling she can't ignore, even when you are far away. 5. Make her sorry you're gone, not your texts. Let's be clear, she doesn't long for your messages. She doesn't want your good morning texts or lengthy I'm sorry notes. What she truly wants, if you act correctly, is the steady support, guidance, and strong foundation you gave her. But this only works if you stop telling her about it. The second you begin over-talking, over-explaining, or pursuing, you lose your power. You even make her choice to go seem correct. Instead, let her experience a life without you. Not with rage, not with a quiet meant to trick, but with a peaceful, steady lack of your presence. Women don't feel sorry while you're still there for them. They feel sorry when they can't touch you, when they're alone with their thinking, their uncertainty, their questions. That is the situation you must build. Not to win her back, but to let the natural pull of emotion draw her to what she once had. She isn't sad about your texts. She is sad about losing the man who stopped sending them. 6. Do not shut the distance. Make her come to you. Most men mess up here. The instant there is space, they hurry to remove it. She creates distance and he messages. She becomes cold and he arranges a big display. But that feeling, that dread of space, is what destroys your worth. When you hasten to shut the gap, you say one thing: I need you to survive. That thinking is very unappealing. True power is in calm, in letting the distance live. Let her question, let her experience the separation she made. Let her handle the quiet without you interrupting. If she is supposed to return, she will bridge that distance herself. But if you run after her, you steal the very experience that would have brought her back. Make her be the one to cross the gap, because that is the only method she will appreciate the man waiting for her. The most powerful insights are revealed in the final part of this video. Stay until the end to learn them all. If you find this helpful, please subscribe, like, and share.
7. Believe in time, not talk. Most men worry about acting quickly, but they are wrong. They feel that if they move fast, send a message at the perfect time, or speak the ideal words, they can change what happened. But truly, time is your best friend, not your foe. When you stay quiet, when you fully leave the discussion, something changes. She begins to notice the heavy quiet. Not at first, but after a while, interest grows. What is he doing? Why is he so quiet? Why does he appear okay alone? These thoughts don't come from your voice. They come from you being gone. That is where things change. When a person no longer sees you every day, they either forget you or they start to want the steady, peaceful, real you. If you speak too early, you start over. You answer her questions. You take away her uneasy feeling. But if you stay silent and only work on bettering yourself, she starts to doubt her choice. You must give her time to see what she lost. More importantly, you need time to learn what you merit. So allow the days to turn into weeks. Let her look at old photos without new ones appearing. Let time change the story of her heart. Not with your words, but with your quiet. She'll return not because you asked, but because time revealed what you never spoke. 8. Turn into the man who doesn't require her to come back. This is the final puzzle. The more you work to win her back, the less she will want to. The minute you quit wanting her, quit thinking constantly about her, quit building your tomorrow on her, the energy changes. You must be the man who is complete without her. This is more than letting go. It is freeing yourself. You take back every piece of you that relied on her thoughts, her looks, and her praise. Ask yourself, who are you when she isn't there? Who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you with nothing to show? That man, who needs no watchers, is the strongest version of you. He doesn't ask to change. He changes because it is his nature. Women feel this change. It isn't noisy, it isn't on the internet, but it is real. You start walking, talking, and living in a new way. Not because you desire her back, but because you recalled who you were before her. And here is the key. When she returns, and she will meet a man she can't command. That is the real victory. Not her return, but your own pride. So, be that man. The one who doesn't dream, he creates. The one who doesn't pause, he acts. If she comes back, okay. If not, you already turned into all you could be alone. 9. Let her notice the empty spot you left, not your hard work. When a partnership ends, men often focus on their mistakes or what they failed to do. They think about the things they did, the phone calls, the presents, the long conversations, hoping she will recall it all and return. But the real fact is this: hard work doesn't make a person stay. Your very being does. And the being she recalls best is the one she can't have. What she truly feels is the empty spot, not the list of your good deeds. Understand this. She isn't wanting your hard work. She is wanting the you that was a base for her life. The man who knew his path. The man who trusted his choices. The man who offered emotional steadiness, male peace, and quiet belief. The second you go silent, that you becomes rare. And rare things are valuable. Let her feel that worth, not by showing it, but by leaving. Let her question where that stable man went. Let her face the truth that the safety, the being, the male strength she once held is now absent. Do not disturb this understanding. Do not try to hurry it. Just vanish with honor. Because when a woman truly feels the empty spot, she stops thinking about your hard work and starts seeing how much she did not value what was hers. 10. When she returns, be a different man. This is the final error men make. She comes back and you are unchanged. Still open with your feelings, still quick to respond, still clinging. Be clear, if you followed these steps, she likely will return. But the question is not will she, but is the man she finds worthy of her regret? You cannot be the same man she left. The goal is not just to get her back. It is to grow so much, become so stable, so high, that even if she returns, you aren't sure she belongs in your new life.
This isn't about payback. It is about changing yourself. When she comes back, she should feel like a visitor in a world you made. A world where you don't need her love, her notice, or her sorry. And when she sees this, when she notices the peace in your words, the certainty in your choices, the strength in your very being, she won't just be interested. She'll be completely, totally pulled to you. For nothing is more appealing to a woman than a man she once had who became a man she can't have. If this made sense to you, share it with a friend who needs it. Like, comment below, and subscribe. This is where psychology meets power. And remember, silence isn't weak, it's growth.